We spotted our first moose.
Didn't take a picture.
Good morning. This is where we set up the tent. We forgot to take a picture again. Here's the Scoldmans. The kids slept near us. The adults are way far away, but nice little dry spot, right? It's like a bowl, but it didn't rain, so we were safe. And nothing slid away because we all slid into each other. Pocket rocket getting ready, so we're getting ready to go and do our little river crossing very soon here. So there's a lake there. We just left camp, and there's a sign: old, high and dry, new for the river. The high and dry, there was a dam there, but I guess it looked really bad and eventually just tore down. So fording is the only option. Off we go. Pretty much just like a few minutes out of camp. We're gonna ford and then put our shoes back on. Well, our plan is Tina had to go there. We're just gonna ford with socks on because I have at least 2 pairs of wet socks. So I'm just gonna put one of those on, and that should protect my feet enough from the pebbles. And then that way our shoes won't be soggy, because our shoes are actually just damp now, not wet. There it is. Someone did say they were able to rock hop and far out, but it's been raining for like a whole day straight since that post, so it doesn't look like it. It looked like you can get over there, but you're gonna have to step in the water, so we'll just swap out right now. It's drizzling right now. Here we go.
Nice and muddy.
There we go. Yep, nice and muddy. There we go. It's nice and muddy, and we got our wet, dirty socks on, and we'll just cross while we hold our shoes in our hands with our trekking poles.
Water is warm though.
The water is warm. I guess my biggest concern, oh look at that, it's raining on us as we go. Some of the big rocks are slippery.
They are.
Getting your feet wet?
They're wet.
They get wetter. Oh, mud.
Wasn't bad. So nice to have warm water.
Interesting crossing. My shorts are wet. Got up to basically just above, just into my thigh at the deepest parts. And these socks are muddy. Now we'll have to just rinse them at a stream. Here it's hard to rinse because it's all muddy along the shore, so we'll just do that later. Shoes are on, they're clean, dry, and our feet was got mostly dry when we put our socks back on. My drying rag was wet from wiping the tent down, but overall feet feel good. It's actually drier than it's been in for a couple days. So onward. Another person passed us while we were crossing because we were wearing our socks, so we didn't do it very quickly. And it looks like the race is on to queue up for the ferry now. Another race. I hate hiking with races like this because you're just pushing hard. I'm just grateful that this is only 3.6 miles. It's just, I don't know, such a pain. It's so nice when you can just hike in nature and just enjoy it, not be in a race to get to the boat. It's just horrible. And everyone that's heading right now to get to the ferry will be there an hour before the ferry starts. Oh man. By the way, if you see someone hiking the AT right around there and they don't cross that creek, it's because they went down to the breakfast place and then crossed the bridge there and came up, which means they skipped a good chunk of the AT. So make sure Everybody crosses that creek. Every respectable vlogger should suffer through at least some river crossings, right? We spotted our first moose. There he is, our first moose. Her. Keeps its head under the water, grabs a bunch of plants to eat. It's a big one. Look at the muscles on there. Nice. See him blow the bubbles?
Yeah, it's like she's breathing out into the water.
Head in the water. We're on the move now, but I was hiking and Tina was stop. And she goes, I fell. She points and she goes, moose. And we had an actually nice clear view of a moose that was pretty close for quite a while. We were there for at least maybe 45 minutes, 40 minutes. A couple other hikers showed up. We pointed out to them. And one of the hikers went down close to the river. And we think it kind of spooked her because she went out of the water and onto dry land soon after that. Well, the whole time we were there, she was just walking towards us, just up the creek. She didn't care about us at all. It was quite funny. Every once in a while we'd accidentally make some noise and she would look up, just look around. But she saw us and she kept looking at us. But she was super comfortable with our distance. It was really nice. And she gave us some nice clear views and nice shots of her. So really nice. She even blew some bubbles when she stuck her head under the water. Super funny. There's a lot of moose footage. Hopefully it's not too much. That was our first and hopefully not the last moose on trail. Here's the crossing. Tina's opting for a little rock hop. It's probably a little easier and safer, but I'll just go ahead and do this. I gotta put this camera away. We've made it up and over a bunch of hills and we're at the crossing. There is a power plant upriver, and every once in a while when there's high demand, they'll dump more water. So they're saying water could rise 2 to 4 feet almost right away. And you can see the ferry in operation over there. Guess they're going across, and there's 4 people in front of us. Not too bad.
Alright, okay.
What if the people are from South Carolina?
Huh?
What if you're canoeing people from South Carolina? What happens then?
Double then.
Oh, it's double.
If you'd like to, feel free. Canoe on either side works for me. It's a nice and easy shot.
Good call, Muncie, to get up and get.
Yep, and then now everybody's seen it. Enjoying your time out here?
It's been fun.
You're on the home stretch, so it's, you know, a rather mellow trail for the most part.
Like, yeah, 152 miles or so?
Yeah, just about that.
Yeah. It's crazy.
You gotta start all the way down.
Yep. We keep comparing it to where we would be if we were northbound, like 152.
Yep. Well, generally, I feel you get a lot more people who quit when they're going south.
Around here?
At the Bigelows and the Whites.
Oh, really?
Because you guys went, you know what, almost 1,800 miles or so, 1,500 before you hit the Whites.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You guys got these things called hiker legs.
Yeah.
I know.
The other ones coming southbound, you know, they barely went 250 miles, barely over 150 before they hit the Bigelows. And
Yeah.
sometimes the Whites and Bigelows are make or break it for northbounders.
Yes.
Bigelows too, huh? I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah, I mean, you got some pretty aggressive elevation change there.
Huh.
Like the Crockers, just
Yeah.
on the other side of Sugarloaf.
I'm glad to hear that makes everything north of here a little
Yeah,
easier.
I mean, you did just about 10,000 feet of elevation on that one hike alone.
Yeah.
That was, I think that's only a 10-mile stretch. With lots of ups and downs.
Yeah.
It's always funny when the Sobos tell us about all the hard stuff
Yeah,
coming
you
up.
just laugh and
And they were like, yeah, I guess it would be hard if I didn't have my trail light.
yeah. Yeah, you're like, yeah, it's okay. You'll unload kind of first there, and then we'll be able to slide up just a touch for the gear.
Ooh. Okay.
All right, the river crossing was quite fun. So that's done and over, and now it's 10 o'clock though. It's later than we were hoping we'd cross. A long day. We might cut it a little shorter just because we don't want to get to camp at like 8:30 or 9, because we're gonna start early tomorrow morning as well. So we don't know exactly what we're gonna do. Probably cut it short. We'll see. Wish us luck.
Down this huge hill.
There was Trail Magic today, 2-hour window, 9 to 11, and we got it.
Just like this.
I'm cooking up sausages, pancakes, eggs.
I needed it.
Crazy.
Yeah, and like
Super nice. I haven't had a hot Trail Magic in forever.
Probably.
It was just a 2-hour window for Trail Magic, but we were there and it was so well timed because Tina ate a large amount of her snacks the first night we were camping out, just because it was so cold and we were getting rained on all day. So she was worried that she'd be really low on food by the time we get into Monson tomorrow evening. So it was really nice that there was good, sweet, fatty food we could eat to help offset the calorie count, really. And then it's gonna slow it down a little bit, but overall pretty good. Pretty good, and lots of caffeine. The sky is starting to brighten up and the moss everywhere is just turning incredibly green. It's beautiful. Here's White Blaze, and this trail just goes right between. I wonder how long it would take if nobody walked this trail for the moss to just go right over and fill it all in. It's so thick here. It's pretty amazing. What's interesting is it doesn't go up the trees like some places we've seen, or if it does, it's very little. But super mossy here. Everything's easier after the Bigelows, they say. This is actually a slightly easier part, but it's still a huge climb, pretty steep. We're going up to Pleasant Pond Mountain. I saw a 1.5 mile sign pretty far back, but it's just up, up, up. And there's like fall summits everywhere. It makes you hopeful. But I guess it could be worse. So, and look at the beautiful moss everywhere. Just everywhere. So green right now after all that rain. If you look behind Pocket Rocket, you see views.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Low clouds. But where we are, it seems like the clouds are much higher. It seems like. Because it seems like those clouds are lower than us way out there. And some of it's just clouded in.
Yeah.
Whew.
I bet it's the Bigelows.
That one is.
Yeah.
But over there, it's like fog all the way down. Wow.
Well, for once we get lucky.
Yeah. And it's not scorching, sunny, hot here yet. But look. There's blue stuff up above. Bunch of blue stuff. Patches. Well, let's get going. I got
You have to get my sunglasses
a
out.
few more mountains to do today. We finally got to the top of Pleasant Pond Mountain and the clouds just moved in.
Just in time.
Just in time for us to get here. And we only went a little higher than where we were, but there's like, you can't see anything now. Oh well, that's how it goes. From this viewpoint, the clouds have cleared up mostly, so you can see the lakes below. I don't know if those are lakes or rivers. Maybe a river. It's huge. Huge. A lot of atmosphere, isn't there?
Moxie Mountain ahead, after Moxie Pond. That's Moxie Pond. The
Is
long
it?
one. Yeah.
Super long. It looks almost like a river because there's another one there and it goes over there.
No, that's a different one on the other side.
Huge bodies of water. Beautiful. And any second, clouds could come in. cover up our views. But for now,
You got a view.
it's pretty nice. We're gonna take a break here on this rock. And look at these little baby pine cones on this tree. They're so tiny. They're like less than a centimeter. Maybe 3/4 of a centimeter. A little over a 1/4 inch. Tiny little guys. Whoa, there's a big spider. Looks like he's wrapping up a bug. I'll get the big camera out so you can see it. This guy's web is amazing. See it on the right, it goes up. It actually goes all the way up to the tree above. And it goes down, and then he spread his web to the sides. So his web is basically just hanging up and down. Super nice web. It's 5:33 now, and we have decided we need to, well, our original plan was to go over Moxie Pond Mountain, yeah, and camp on the other side, way down below. But I noticed a couple days ago, you know, when it was raining, I slipped and I jerked my leg. And yesterday afternoon, I noticed like the feeling of shin splints coming on. So, and today it started up again in the afternoon. So we are going to take the bad weather bypass. It saves us 300 feet up, 350 feet up, and 350 feet down. And I've always said I'll do all the AT, but for safety I will take bypasses. In this instance, I think it's good because I don't want to get this worse. And tomorrow we're going into Monson and we're taking a 0, so that should help me recover enough to get through the 100-mile wilderness and the rest of the trail. But I think because, if you hear it, it started raining as well. If it's 350 feet up and 350 feet down and rain and shin splints, I'll skip that little section and take the bypass just to make sure I'm healthy enough to finish the rest of the trail. Because again, tomorrow we're just going into Monson to Shaw's, and then we're gonna 0 there, and I should heal up during that time because it's not bad, just like a little starting of it. And I know if I abuse it too much, it will be bad. So, and we also have plans set and not enough food to stay out here 2 nights, so we can't just camp right now. We thought about camping a little behind us, but then it would have been like a 22-mile hike into Monson tomorrow, and we'd be there at like 6 or 7 p.m. or something. So we'll I'll let you know when we get up there, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna take the bypass. But also, it's steep down after the mountain, and it's gonna take us a while, and it's best we do it early as possible. And by taking the bypass, we also save half a mile, which at 1.5 miles an hour is 20 minutes. So it'll save us 15 to 20 minutes, so it won't be pitch black and you have to use headlights as we go down the mountain. That would be a little more treacherous, and I don't want to be doing any more jerking. That'll make my shin splint worse. So here's to some good luck. Here's the junction to the bad weather bypass, so we'll take that. I planned out the route, and from here over to summit is, I think, about 450 up, 200 down, and this way is 250 up, and then we descend from the mountain. Saves me 200 down. It's still raining a little and it's cloudy, so there's no views, but the big thing is I have to make sure the shin splint problem doesn't get worse. So once we get down, we're gonna put some icy hot on it, maybe some Voltaren, and then KT tape in the morning. But I definitely will stretch before getting in the tent. I haven't been stretching, honestly, and that's probably when I slipped and jerked it, kind of hurt it. So everyone out there, stretch, don't hurt yourself. Here's the summit up there. It's we can barely see it from here, but we're almost back to the junction now, and it's raining harder. Thinking about pulling my umbrella out. All the plants are completely wet. Our shoes were damp before, but now they're starting to get soaking wet. Not a good end of the day. Hi Tina.
Hi, Jay.
Hello everybody. We're in the tent. As you can hear, it's raining. It was supposed to be better weather today, but it was actually just as good as yesterday, maybe worse.
Worse.
Yeah, my shoes are wetter at the end of the day than yesterday.
Yeah, just when we had the last climb, it started to rain and all the plants got the water. And Jay went first, so he would catch the most of the water.
I tried to shake off as much of the water as I could with the trekking poles as well, but still, you walk by a few bushes that are soaked in water and your shoes just get dumped on and
Yes.
you're just wet. So
Soaking wet.
soaking wet. It's worse than the first day, I think.
Yes.
But overall, how many miles was it? 22, 23 you said?
Yeah, let's say 23.
23 miles?
High 22s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, long day. Late
day.
start because we couldn't leave too early because the ferry only operates at 9 o'clock.
Yes. And then on our way to the ferry, we saw our first moose on the AT.
And it was so nice.
It was a great viewing. It was like the moose was just in the river. We're on trail and she knew we were there and we were able to watch her for like over half an hour, and she just was comfortable with the distance we kept. And then 2 people showed up, and then one guy went down to the river edge and then
Make noises so she would look.
yeah.
Shh.
And then soon after that she left. So
Yeah.
it's kind of sad because other hikers coming up behind us could have seen them, but
Yeah.
they chased the moose away. But that's people for you. Anything for a good photo, right?
Yep. And after that,
Yeah.
we had to wait a little at the river crossing.
Yep. The river crossing was a fun little ride.
It was. I
was
mean, I was
quick.
just sitting. Jay was doing the work.
Yeah, but I gave her the camera so she would film some stuff.
Yeah, not the best though.
You
Sorry.
just point your camera like I'm doing well. I'm doing this right now, cutting you out. No, but overall doing okay. Today I had some shin splint pain, so that is worrying because once it starts, it's kind of tough. But I'll take some leave, and we're taking a 0. We're going to mountain tomorrow, and we're gonna take a 0. So hopefully everything is okay. Just has to last another week, but we'll take care of it though. She knows how to KT tape for shin splints, so we'll
Yes,
do
and I
that.
wish Jay would have told me yesterday when it started about
It
it.
started yesterday. Yeah. It didn't bother me that much. It just today it started bothering me.
Yeah, let's wait until it's getting really bad.
Yeah, but I just have to stretch my calves more often. I haven't been doing it lately. So,
And
other than that, feet hurt. Nothing else unusual.
we had trail magic,
Oh yeah, we had trail magic.
and that was just so good because I was running low on food. Like the day that it rained so hard, the first day, I was eating way too much food because I was so cold. And it was really nice today. They had chocolate pancakes with Nutella and marshmallow.
Yeah, marshmallow puff.
So good.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then they had like breakfast sausages and scrambled eggs too,
Yes.
and coffee. So
Perfect.
she makes me coffee every morning though, so
I do.
that's love. Thank you.
I boil hot water. That's about my cooking skills.
Well, the biggest thing is she carries the coffee, and I consume it without having to carry it. So it's nice. But anyway, that's about it.
Yes.
Y'all take care. All right. All right. Y'all have a good night.
night.
Tomorrow we're heading into Monson, so come back and watch as we head into Shaw's. So, all right. Have a good night. Thanks. Bye.